see that having attended so many churches in the United States and in the UK, and you mentioned just the sermons, how are they different? And how are they the same? I know that it falls under the banner of the question I asked earlier, but I'm just very curious from your perspective, what do you see as the similarities and the differences?
Okay, in terms of similarities, there are an astonishing number of similarities, usually related to 4 factors, which it would be tedious to specify.
Okay,
but they are there. They are there. I do see, as in so many aspects of life, a greater willingness in the United States to embrace recent, coming, contemporary cultural trends. Thus, in America, it is now almost universal to illustrate sermons not by references to literature, which was the pattern in the past, and is still the pattern in many churches in Britain, but instead in America to appeal to films, allusions to that great film that film in which X, Y, Z happens, in which P plays that part. An enormous number of illustrations are related to film. And that, I think, is related to the way in which, in our day, largely, I think, because of the advance of the expressivist cultural moment that I spoke of earlier, the visual is supplanting the verbal, so that people are used to films as providing their cultural norms rather as novels providing their cultural expression. So I do see a difference there. Now, I'm not saying that reference to films are absent in Britain. They're not. We tend to follow America's cultural trends at some distance, or to be precise. In London, they tend to follow American cultural trends at a short distance. And in the Western Isles of Scotland, they tend to follow those cultural trends after 50 years. There are differences of cultural lag within countries, within ours. But there is that broad contrast. I think another broad contrast is in length. I think of the sermons that I have heard, there is a much greater average length in the States than there would be with us. When that's been said, my own pastor commonly preaches for more than 30 minutes, so he's an exception. But I think a survey was done fairly recently that suggests the average length of sermons in Britain was 17 minutes. The average in America will do much longer. I'm sorry, I distress you.
No, well, I'm laughing because, I mean, my church would have killed for me to be at 20 minutes. I mean, I was 45 minutes to 50 minutes on average. 20 minutes, I'm still in my introduction. So I love to preach, and I love it. I love it when a sermon goes long, provided the content is engaging. I don't want to just say for the length of it.
Yeah.